guys, welcome to Wrestling Figure Wednesday. Today I will be reviewing the Mattel WWE Defining Moments Sting figure. This is Sting's very first Mattel and WWE action figure for that matter, and it is a phenomenal one. I was super excited to get this figure, as I know many other people were. They did a really great job with it, and it's probably one of the best figures of 2015. And in general for Mattel, in my opinion, I think they did a really nice job with it. And you could get him on ringsidecollectibles.com, as well as at Toys R Us, Walmart, Target, and maybe Kmart. I don't remember if he's been found there. But I highly recommend picking him up if you are a fan, as this figure totally brings me back to my childhood. So that being said, let's take a look at him fresh in the packaging. As you can see, it's a typical Defining Moments packaging, and it has the championship belt designs. It says Sting at the top, and it has an S for Sting on both sides up there. You can see Sting here in a standard pose. There's his bat in the package as well. There's a WWE Defining Moments logo, and there's some really cool artwork of Sting in the back of the box there, if you could see that. It's really cool. Packaging is just awesome. On this side, there's a WWE logo, a picture of Sting in one of the side plate designs. It's the same on this side as well. And then looking at the back of the box, you can see the scorpion designs, a little image of Sting, and has a little bio of him as well. And that being said, let's take a look at him fresh out of the packaging. Alright guys, so here we have the Defining Moments Sting figure fresh out of the packaging. As I said, it's a phenomenal figure. He has a cloth coat, he has his baseball bat, and all his designs, which just make this a fantastic figure if you're a fan of Sting. I've loved him since I was very little, and seeing him like this is just awesome, as it takes me right back to WCW, which is what I grew up with, as I've said. And the figure's just really awesome. The coat is removable, which I'll show you, and it's just a fantastic figure. So that being said, let's take a look at him up close. I want to show you his bat first. Now it doesn't sit in his hand all that well, because his hand doesn't grip it tight enough, but you could see the cool wooden designs on the bat to make it look authentic. You can hold it, but you'd probably have to put like some putty or something if you want him to hold it really tight, as his hand just doesn't grasp on it very well. As you can see, it just kind of slides in his hand. So, it's still cool regardless. But here he is. Here's his first head sculpt of a young Sting with his long hair. Looks very cool and looks just like him in my opinion. See the detail in his hair and his face paint, and they even molded his necklace around his neck, which is really cool. It's a ball jointed head that goes up and down, as well as left and right. You can see the detail in his jacket here, the flap, which is really cool, the sleeves, the stitching, everything. It's just really nice accessory that they did for him, and it is removable. Just pull it off of him like this, and show you his coat really quick in case you want to see it more in depth. It's a thin cloth, nice inside feel to it as well, and it sits on him really nicely, so it's a really cool accessory. Looking back at him, take his bat from him for a moment, you can see his outfit here, which is really cool. It's all new molds for him, I believe. At least his attire is new, besides his head. His legs too, because they do have the molded padding designs, which are really cool. You can see all the awesome detail on the scorpion. He has a typical elite ab crunch joint. You can see the shoulder padding they put on him too, which is really cool. He has ball jointed arms that go up and down, as well as outward, and the swivel bicep joints, typical elbow joints, and a swivel wrist joint, as well as a hand joint that goes up and down. Now they painted his gloves on instead of putting a little molded plastic like they do on some figures. I mean, it still looks really good, but I probably would have liked that little piece just to make it feel like he's actually wearing gloves as to oppose them just painting it, but it still looks phenomenal. He has a typical swivel waist joint, and he has ball jointed legs that go up and down as well as outward. And like I say, you can see the detail in his padding, which is really cool, and it is molded, it's not just painted on detail. Excuse me. He has a swivel thigh joints, which are hidden by the padding, which is a nice thing there. Here's what the back of his legs look like. He has double jointed knees like all elites do, minus the diva ones of course. And then he has a swivel boot joint as well as an ankle joint that goes up and down. And you can see the detail on his boots with the buckles, which are painted, which is great, and the straps and everything. So they really went all out with this figure, and it was just so cool if you are a fan of Sting. Highly recommend picking it up. He is actually pretty easy to find. I usually see him all the time on my travels. I don't remember if I've seen him lately, to be honest, but I do highly recommend picking it up. So yeah, thanks for watching. Be sure to like Wrestling Figure Wednesday on Facebook to suggest future reviews you'd like to see me do, and I'll see you next week. Thanks. Like this video? Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more. And check out my latest videos. For all your wrestling figure needs, check out ringsidecollectibles.com.
Like wrestling? Tune into The Rack, Thursday nights, 10 p.m. Eastern on wildtalkradio.com.